My name is Oliver. I'm 28. Most of my life, I've been the invisible one in my family. The one forgotten in texts, left out of group photos, only remembered when someone needed a favor, never when it truly mattered. My mom had a sharp tongue and a selective memory. She never forgot my mistakes, but seemed to erase every award I earned, every birthday card I painstakingly saved, every time I tried to help. I have a sister, Ava, who learned early that perfection got her everything. She smiled, followed all the rules, earned top grades, and was treated like royalty. I was different, quiet, skeptical, too blunt for their liking. In our family, smiles were currency, and honesty was a nuisance. For years, I tried to earn my place. I brought pies to dinners I wasn't invited to, gifts to birthdays no one noticed, compliments to relatives who couldn't even pronounce my name correctly. At first I thought, if I tried hard enough, they'd see me. By 25, I realized it wouldn't change anything. My seat at the table was never meant to be permanent. Yet a certain ache lingered, no matter how much I accepted it logically. When Thanksgiving rolled around last year, I debated going. My cousin Maya was the only one who treated me like a person. She was younger but emotionally more mature than half the adults in the room. Over the years, we'd grown close through messages, late-night calls, and honest check-ins. When she texted the day before Thanksgiving, "You better show up. I saved you a spot." I gave in. Maybe for her, it was worth showing up again. I drove 40 minutes to my uncle's house, the usual Thanksgiving spot. Classic suburbia, manicured lawns, a tacky inflatable turkey, and the unmistakable scent of butter, spices, and tension. I parked a few houses down, as usual, and walked up with a bottle of wine I knew would go untouched. Through the screen door, I saw them, my mom, my aunt, my sister, my uncle, laughing and talking like it was a staged photo shoot. I didn't expect a warm welcome, but what happened next was deliberate. As I reached for the door, it opened just a crack. There stood Uncle Ron, blocking the doorway, expression smug. "You're not family anymore, Oliver. You need to leave." I laughed at first, thinking it was a joke. He didn't move. Behind him, my mom passed 2 plates, giving Ava's boyfriend my place without a second thought. My chair was gone before I stepped inside. "You caused tension," Uncle Ron added. "Let's not make this worse. Just go home." I looked at my mom. She didn't intervene. She raised an eyebrow, sipped her wine, as if I were just background noise. For a moment, I considered yelling, making a scene, but I didn't. I nodded, stepped back, and left with the same bottle of wine in hand. 2 blocks away, I pulled over. My hands shook, not with anger, but with a cold finality. I had seen everything I needed. I wasn't family. I was a placeholder, a scapegoat, an empty seat. Yet, I had something they didn't know. Months earlier, I'd been preparing for the moment I stopped trying. Maya and I had discussed the hypocrisy, favoritism, and manipulation in our family. "One spark," she said. "That's all it would take to break the illusion." I opened a saved message I had crafted over weeks. Not a rant, not a guilt trip, just the truth. 5 minutes later, parked at the corner of the street, I watched through the rearview mirror as the illusion cracked. Maya stormed out, followed by Daniel, his girlfriend, and Aunt Laura. I couldn't hear their words, but the signs were clear. The family facade was unraveling. Maya called immediately. "Oliver, what did you just do?" I explained. "You read it, so did everyone else." Uncle Ron's face went purple. "Your mom pretended not to know." Ava froze. A few months back, I had started collecting proof, recorded conversations, screenshots, videos of lies and favoritism, even audio of my birthday being ignored. The Thanksgiving message I sent was a 5-minute compilation of hypocrisy, timestamps, and context, shared with 7 people: Maya, Daniel, Aunt Laura, my cousin's fiance, my mom's sister, and 2 family friends. "I didn't tell you because I didn't want you caught in the middle." I said. Maya replied, I stet am already in the middle, but I stet am glad you did it. I exhaled, tension finally easing. Are you okay? She asked. I will be. I stet am done with them. The aftermath was immediate. Messages flooded in, some angry, some apologetic, but my mom Ava and Uncle Ron remained silent. The next morning, my mom posted on Facebook about betrayal and attention-seeking, never naming me, though the context was clear. Surprisingly, people began to push back. Maya commented, then Aunt Laura. Others shared their own experiences of being manipulated or ignored. The tide shifted. For once, I wasn't alone. I wasn't invisible. A message came from Ava's boyfriend. I didn't know they were like that. I'm sorry. I didn't respond. The message had been sent, along with the one in the group chat. For the first time in years, I felt like the author of my story, not a ghost. The Sunday after Thanksgiving, there was a knock at my door. I live above a quiet bakery, nothing like my childhood home. I wasn't expecting visitors. Standing there was my dad, older than I remembered, gray in his beard, worn leather jacket. He didn't smile, just hesitated. Hi, he said. Didn't expect to see you, I replied, stepping aside, but keeping my distance. He paused, unsure what to say next. He walked in, scanning the apartment, clean, quiet, filled with little things that made me happy. Records lined the shelf, a stack of books I finally had time to read, and a framed photo of Maya and me from that one Thanksgiving we skipped the family chaos for burgers. I saw the video, he said. Referring to the clips my aunt had sent him, I waited. He sat on the edge of the couch, staring at the floor, as if it held answers he didn't know how to ask for. Your mom, he started. She sits been losing it over this. Says you set her up, twisted everything. I leaned against the counter. Did I? He didn't set answer immediately. Instead, he rubbed the bridge of his nose, trying to release the tension. I don't set no, Oliver. I knew things were bad between you two, but hearing it like that, it sets hard to listen to. Hard for who? I asked. He looked up at me. Because it made me realize I let it happen for years. For the first time, my father said something that felt reflective, not dismissive. I stayed silent, unsure what to say. You remember when you were 13, and your mom threw out your art portfolio? He asked. I nodded. Months of work gone because of an AB in science. She told me you drawn something disrespectful, he said. I believed her, never even asked to see it. That was the pattern, I said. Voice steady. She set make claims, you nod. Ava would play along, and I be left questioning if I was crazy or just not worth the truth. He nodded, silent for a moment. I can fix what happened, he admitted. But I wanted you to know. I see it now. I wish I said something sooner, stepped in. I believed him, but part of me knew regret didn't erase years of silence. Complicity is often quiet, but still wounding. I appreciate you saying that, I said. But what do you want from me? I don't know, he admitted. I just wanted to see how you are doing. Then better, I replied. Now that I stop pretending they to change. They were planning damage control, he said. Of course they are. Do you think it will work? I asked. He looked tired. Some have moved on. Some are scared to pick sides. A few are furious, especially about the money. I hadn't shared the financial side beyond the original message. Years of quietly helping family rent, car repairs, even a loan to Ava, had ended 3 months ago. I redirected support to Maya and friends who valued me. The note at the end of the video explained, "This is why I stopped paying for your lives." They say you're punishing them, my dad said. They punish themselves, I replied. I just stopped rewarding it. He didn't argue. After a while, he stood. I should go. I just wanted you to know you were right about all of it. If there's ever a way back for us, I hope you'll let me take it." Then he left. I didn't cry or rage. I stood in quiet, knowing the family wasn't finished yet. My mom didn't relinquish control easily. Ava struggled with humiliation, and holidays were approaching. I hadn't even started. By December, the family chat for Christmas was silent. I wasn't invited, but for the first time in years, I didn't feel I was missing anything. Free from obligation, expectation, and being the family punching bag, I focused on what came next. The Thanksgiving recording had shaken their image, but hadn't forced change. They were hiding, waiting for the drama to pass. I ensured they couldn't. I addressed the financial support I had quietly provided over the years. Ava's $3,000 loan was formally recalled via my lawyer. No threats, just documentation. Uncle Ron's annual property tax contribution was canceled. And my mom, I repossessed her car, still in my name, after 5 years of paying the lease. Calls flooded in. "Ava, Uncle Ron, my mom," but I stayed calm. "So this is who you really are?" she asked. "No," I said. "This is who you made me become." Click. Christmas Eve. I spent the holiday with Maya and friends. Warm, peaceful, without performances or expectations. She noted the family had called. I agreed. They were the part that needed to be torn down. The next morning, my mom posted another performative Facebook statement, ambiguous, polished denial. No names, just sympathy seeking. I didn't respond. Aunt Laura posted a short, pointed status. "Sometimes fixing a family means admitting it's broken." Daniel shared evidence of my mom's past manipulation. More people spoke up, sharing stories, reaching out, apologizing. A week later, a handwritten letter from my mom arrived. Not an apology, but a warning about reputation and consequences. I read it, folded it, and discarded it. I didn't need to fight anymore. Truth was spreading on its own. By New Year's, the family had split. Some clung to the old ways, defending my mom. Others opened their eyes, creating their own gatherings. Maya hosted a January brunch. Over 20 people attended. Ava, Uncle Ron, and my mom were absent. I grieved. Not the family I never truly had, but the part of me that kept waiting for their approval. That version of me is gone. I'm living now. I write again, launched a freelance business, and remain close to Maya. People reach out, grateful I spoke up, recognizing their own struggles. If you're reading this and feel trapped by family members who mock, manipulate, or ignore you, hear this: you don't owe your silence. You don't have to stay, because your name is on a mailbox. Sometimes the bravest thing is to turn from the door they slammed in your face and never look back. I didn't lose a family. I shed one, and in that quiet I finally heard my voice, clear, unapologetic.